board. Um,
Minutes as well, just so you.
okay, cool. Thank you. Any additions to the agenda? Okay. Emergency management. Gary cannot be on, but I just sent his email. Basically just wanted everyone to know that there's a food box distribution on May 25th, and that the pickups last time were pretty low, so he's worried that if people don't pick up this time, then they might move it to a different area. And then the Vermont State Emergency Operations Center, there's a conference call with local municipal officials and chiefs, I'm guessing probably police and fire, from local law enforcement. That'll be taking place on Thursday, May 13th at 2 p.m. And Gary, really, if anybody wants to jump on those, they're usually I think public can join on those and just listen. But so if anybody wants details, I'm sure he has those. Communications, I don't think I have anything in particular about communications. I don't know if anybody else has anything. Volunteer coordination, again, I don't think we have anything. I haven't seen any requests in a little while, so I don't know if anybody else has requests they have. All right. Ted, do you want to give a town update?
Well, it can be a very quick update because the truth is I don't have a whole lot to report. In fact, I don't have anything to report. Things seem to be just moving along smoothly. So yeah, that's it. Ryan, did I forget anything? I mean, I didn't mention anything, but is there anything I should have mentioned?
I don't think so. We have our next meeting tomorrow.
Yep.
Ted, is the special town meeting, is that going to be any in person, or is it just Australian ballot?
No, it'll be by Australian ballot.
Okay. Anybody else? Let's see. Food. Ashleen, anything on food? Everybody eats or anything like that? Oh, and actually, Little Rivers had emailed me asking for volunteer support for the food stuff, but then I asked for details and then I didn't get any details. So I don't know if you could help with that.
I'm not sure about that, but I will reach out to Pam and Sasha. So we are increasing our meals, which is kind of exciting because we had gone from 75 when the program began last September. And then we ran 75 for about 15 to 20 families until mid-April. And then we dropped down for a week or two to 50 meals or 60 meals or something. But we're increasing this week back up to 100, and we're kind of doing a new system because we're going to be increasing to about 25 families. So we'll do 100 meals, but we're going to rotate them. I think it's every other week or every 3 weeks to try and get more food to more families. And I'll touch base with Sasha. Also, we're just continuing with Willing Hands, and update from the state, at least I hope I get this right, is that we're continuing the school meal plans through, I think, up until 2022. Preschool.
I think it was the beginning of the school year, but Danielle's on. No, it's not. It's through the end of the year. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hi, Danielle. I was like, wait, I think I saw Danielle get on. Cool. Ashleen, what are you seeing as far as need? Are you seeing any changes in need, or are you that you're making the decisions based on, or are you just kind of experimenting to?
Yeah, so that's actually something like you mentioned with the food boxes, and also from what I've been hearing from the food shelves is they haven't actually been seeing a lot of folks utilizing those food access points, but it does sound like our patients who we're hand delivering to really need these meals, and the main issue there being transportation and also work and just trying to get people to the food. So we're seeing a need, but we also we're doing a new program at Little Rivers where we've always asked youth during well child checks whether they have experienced food insecurity. And now we're going to be asking adults during diabetes checkups, which happen very regularly, and during regular wellness checks for adults. So we only did during their annual paperwork. We asked them through this thing called the Prepare tool. if they experience food insecurity, and this will just up that much more frequently to make sure that we're capturing any food insecurity, and also making the question more just a regular question, and there's trying to bring down that stigma connected with asking about that.
Cool, that's awesome. Thanks. And I guess any updates medically from Little Rivers?
If I'm the only one, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far.
Hopefully, yeah, try to report what I am sure of. So as people have probably heard, the Pfizer vaccine is going to be offered to 12 to 15-year-olds. We're looking into ways to be able to help administer that. We don't have it right now. We're also not going to be offering our vaccine clinics like regularly starting this week. But we will be offering, we're still offering the vaccine. Is that someone from Little Rivers? I don't know.
Nope, I think it was just an echo.
Yeah, I don't have my exact notes, but basically we're still offering the vaccine. We're just not doing the clinics regularly. And we're really looking for, now we're trying to do some outreach towards like businesses, organizations, and really connecting with those types. So if anyone knows of businesses who might be interested, we're going to have a group of providers who like mobilize and go out to places to give vaccines.
Cool, thanks, Ashley. Business, Patty, any updates from the bank?
Just that the second round of PPP money has been exhausted, so we can no longer accept any applicants. But I think most of the people in the area get in the first two rounds, but we can no longer accept applications anymore. So,
CDFIs can still do applications, right, though?
what's that?
CDFIs can still do applications, I think, until the end of the month. Community Loan Fund and Community Capital, and I forget who the other CDFIs are.
So other than
But
that,
yeah,
there.
but
Nothing else?
not banks though anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else there either. Carol Freeman, there you are.
Not really much new. We're still waiting to get the guidance to be able to do the in-house meals, but we're not quite there yet.
Cool, thanks. And Carol, is the Margaret Pratt open to visitors now?
It is.
Okay.
There are restrictions, but it is open to visitors.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna connect with you. Rotary wants to do something fun at some point with Margaret Pratt.
Might be able to do something outside as it gets.
Yeah, okay.
warmer.
Okay, cool. Mary Ann, do you have anything you want to add?
No, really. Nothing new really in my work. I will mention that the Council on Aging has had two of our longtime staff retire. So we are posting a couple of positions for case managers and our information and assistant staff. And we're actually been operating without an executive director since the fall. And still in a search for that too. It's a struggle these days. I'm sure a lot of people and businesses are aware of that. So, and looking forward to the senior center reopening and getting that word. I've had a lot of clients that are really going to be excited when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. Cool, thanks, Mary
you.
Ann. Danielle or Bruce, either one of you for schools?
Well, I will, I'll go first and then let Bruce pull it all together. So just quickly tonight, the OUUSD does have a meeting. Our agenda is out there. I'll actually send it to this group. I realized that I don't think that I sent it out to this group, but the link is on the website if people want to participate in the meeting tonight. Big things on the agenda for tonight is the principal candidate for Newberry. There is a good chance that the committee will make a decision and recommend a candidate for the board approval this evening. So that is on the agenda. as well as information about property for purchase in Newbury to facilitate outdoor classroom and forest school programming that's been trying to keep going in the Newbury school. We have not had access to the property. It was a private owner who had allowed us to use that property, excuse me, and then has now listed it. And because it's actively for sale, the school hasn't been able to utilize that property. So we're looking at purchasing that and the conversation around that. I know there's going to be some teachers there that are going to provide some information on that process and what they use the land for. So that's going to be pretty interesting, I think, for people to hear. And also, I think there's obviously, Emily will be giving a superintendent update and also just general COVID updates, and also the financial update will be on tonight's agenda. I know there was some conversation earlier in the meeting about the meals program continuing, and we did get that news actually at our last meeting through Bruce, who is on, and I'll let him talk about that, but they have actually announced that it will be through the next school year. So that's a fabulous, fabulous resource for us as a community. I think that, also on the agenda, although not on the agenda, just a continued progress on the strategic planning process and moving forward and just keeping people in the loop on that process, which is exciting work. So that's about it.
Danielle, do you need me to report out on that tonight, or do you guys?
I think Carol probably is fine. I think it's really just sort of touching base, you know, like next steps, where are you guys right now? What should we expect? Trying to make sure that it stays on the agenda so people in the community are aware of, you know, how to plan out or what their, you know, involvement's going to be once we make that official meeting date for everybody to be involved.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
You could probably tell me actually.
No, it sounds good. I just wanted to see. Bruce, do you have any additions? If you're talking, you're muted. You might have had to step away.
Yeah, he might have.
Okay. Churches, I don't see Carol Taylor, but does anybody know the status is, are all the churches like back open and going? All right, not a church crowd. I don't know either. Ramsey's on a call. It's okay. It's fine. No transportation updates. Who did I miss? I'm gonna unmute. I think Gary, is that you on the phone? 793. I don't know who that is. Maybe Gary.
Whenever you're ready. Sorry.
Okay, you can just
That's
go
good.
ahead. I'm gonna try to figure out
That's
who
Gary's
793.
number. Yes.
It is. Okay. All right.
I don't really have anything big to report. I know there's a really big concern. I was on a meeting just a little bit before this about the numbers of people who are going to be coming out of the hotel system and be homeless. And it's going to be, there's a lot of really big concern about what's going to happen. And every time I look for housing for people, there's just none. There's nothing open. There's like, I don't know. I haven't looked at Bradford this week, but last week I think there were 2 listings, and most of the other places, a lot of times there's just nothing. And maybe I need to make better connections with more landlords, but it seems really slim. So, well, I think Marcy might have something that maybe she's just not listing at the moment, but she talked to me a little bit about it. I have to talk to her. But as far as things go, there's still a lot of figuring out what the rules are going to be around the money that's going to be for building new housing and things like that. So a lot of that still is unsettled, waiting to hear. The rental assistance program, they said they're mostly ironing out their kinks. So they are going to start, I think, that at the end of this week or beginning of next week, doing a little bit more publicity about that, now that they feel like it's, you know, they kind of did a excuse me, they kind of did a soft opening. They didn't want to publicize it a lot until everyone was sort of ready, and I think now they're getting ready to start publicizing that. So I've heard from some people that that it's been a little bit difficult to get it going, but I think it's a work in progress and it's getting there. So
Ramsey, when does the hotel program close?
So it's not totally closing, but it's going
Okay.
to go back to sort of its regular rules. So July 1st, people who are in the hotels now, I think most people, some of them will be, depending on their status, some of them will be able to stay, but some are going to have to qualify as the regular rules would be,
Okay.
which are a lot more stringent in, you know, like if you have a disability or if you, there's varying different things. And it'll also go back to being people who do have an income will be paying part of their income towards housing, which, you know, makes sense. But it's going to probably leave a lot of people who only ever got put up in a hotel in the past in cold weather exception, because that's the rule that they've been using, but they expanded it to be COVID. People are not going to qualify for that because a lot of times you don't have to meet certain criteria. It just has to be cold enough that you're in danger if you're staying out, and that's going to go away. So, I mean, they were saying, and the other problem is that some of the hotels are, you know, ready for Vermont to open up for business, and they are going to take advantage of the fact that there will be some tourists this summer. So some of the hotels are closing the program themselves, not accepting the state vouchers for people. So they were saying in the Burlington area, they're looking at least 500 people they knew were going to be out, and they're scrambling to look at all kinds of different opportunities, like if the city has any land where they could put campers or tents, or they're looking for mobile home, like campers. They're looking for all kinds of different options, and I imagine that's true for around the state as well.
Ramsey, one thing I'll put in the chat, Chris Hoskins, who's on that housing committee group now, his email's on the threads you've been getting. Was it hoskinprop.com? He just started like a property management thing, and I asked him if he was going to be listing any available units for stuff that he's managing, and he said he would. So I don't know that he has too much on it right now, but moving forward, he's really trying to manage basically any rentals for people who don't want to who want to just own buildings, don't want to manage them. So. I guess anything else? Oh, Gary, what are you?
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Did you already tell them what I sent you?
Yes.
Okay, then I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, thanks, Gary, for sending that. I did
Yeah.
post it on Facebook too.
Yeah, good. I've been in and out of cell coverage. I'm on the road.
Yeah, thanks, Gary, for calling in.
Yep.
All right. Nancy, do you want to add anything?
I have nothing.
Okay. Thanks for jumping on. Bruce, did you want to add anything?
Trying to think quickly. I was just on another phone call that didn't end as soon as I hoped it would. That's
No,
why
that's
I was
okay.
jumping in. I see that Danielle's here.
Yeah, she gave us an update on like food for the most part in the meeting tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think she probably covered it all.
Cool.
Monique,
Anything else?
Monique, I do have something about food security. We have
Yeah.
6 beds available in the community garden. If anybody knows of somebody who wants to grow their own food.
Yay.
It normally would cost $20 per bed, but if the family is in need, there'd be no fee.
Nancy, can you send me a little blurb on that and I'll post it on the Facebook group? Or you can post in the Facebook group.
Sure.
Either way. Okay.
I will.
Cool. Awesome. What's our next thing? I don't even know what month we're in. All right. 26th, I guess, is our next thing. Looking ahead, I may end up canceling, probably will cancel our June 23rd meeting. If that's okay, if we skip a week, I'm going to be out for a couple of weeks. So, but up until then, we're good. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Have a good week. And actually, we won't do a voting piece because we need to catch up on minutes. So maybe actually, if we can catch up at some point on minutes, that'd be awesome. Cool. All right. Thanks, everybody.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.